Hey everyone, AmberFrmThVault here. Welcome back to another video here in the Suzerain series. Now, before we get back into it, I do want to say thank you so much to the publisher for giving me a review copy of this so I could play it for you all here today. But I did want to let you know too, just for the fun of it, I went ahead and actually looked up the reviews for this game because I've been having a lot of fun, but I was curious what other people had to say about it. And honestly, it looks like it's gotten really great reviews. It had a 9 out of 10 on Steam and it had an 81 on Metacritic. So I was really kind of surprised that so many people were into it since it is very text-based. But I have to say, it's been so much fun and I love that it makes me kind of think about things and I have to think about, well, what would the game, want me to do? And I think that it's such a cool idea for a game. So we're going to go ahead and get back into it and I will see you guys back in just a sec. My public or not? And yes, I'm thinking about this very deeply. I'm not going to invest. I think that it's odd. I don't think that's a good idea for some reason. Okay, so I had just finished buttoning up my suit jacket when the doorbell rang. The presidential guard had arrived to pick us up for the inaugural ball. The ball was a 3-decade-old tradition, breathlessly anticipated by politicians, bureaucrats, and the press. All eyes were about to be on me. I called on Monica to get the children ready. Looking in the mirror, I straightened my tie and took a deep breath. After tonight, there would be no turning back. Suddenly, Deanna hugged me from behind, startling me a little. Monica had fixed her hair into an elaborate braid, woven through with ribbons. Papa, Mama told me it's time to go. Okay. Hello, darling. I am ready. Where is your brother? I think Frank is still upstairs. She shrugged. It was almost time to leave. The big ball was starting in less than an hour. Monica, Frank, enough fussing around. Let's get moving. Now where's my first lady? Monica came down the stairs. She was wearing a simple yet elegant beige sheath dress and short heels. Her hair had been neatly pinned into a what? As a woman who doesn't know a lot about her own hair, I don't know what that is. I sound like an idiot. Let me really quickly Google this. How do I say this word? Chignon? Chignon? How do you say that?
Chignon.
Chignon. Okay, so there we go. Chignon, showing off the pearl earrings I had given to her on her 15th anniversary. And yes, you better bet I looked that up real quick. I didn't want to say it wrong. All right, all those years she had stayed by my side. Now we were about to begin the most challenging chapter in our lives yet. How do you do, Mr. President? Kiss her hand. She extended a gloved hand, and I raised it to my lips. Monica, my love, you look gorgeous as the day we were married. Now there's that charm that got you elected. Frank trudged down the stairs. Why did I think Frank was younger? This thing itches. Frank tugged at the collar of his new tuxedo. He seemed ill at ease. I'm glad to have you with us for the big night. Sure, Dad. I'm just dying to go. Papa, are these people going to be around us from now on? She pointed at the presidential guards at the door of the house. Let's see. Yes, Sordland's most important family needs extra protection. It's all right, baby. They're here to make sure nothing bad happens to your papa or his family. Monica held Deanna's hand. Together, flanked by the guards, we walked out the door. Halfway to the car, Frank stopped abruptly and turned towards me. Dad, do I really have to go? Couldn't I stay home instead? Let's see. I'm nervous myself. It's a party thrown for me. You'll love it, son, or don't make me angry. We're gonna say I'm nervous myself, Frank, but I'd be a lot more confident with my son by my side. Frank smiled reluctantly. Well, when you put it like that, sure, let's go. Oh, the presidential guard showed us the way as red and blue lights flashed around us. Serge, my driver, ushered us into an armored limousine. The motorcade started toward the palace. I gazed out the window deep in thought. Monica, Anton, what are you thinking about? I was thinking we've come a long way together, haven't we? Yes, we have, and there's still so much that we'll accomplish side by side. Just remember, no matter what happens, the children and I will always be here for you. I don't know about Frank. Deanna, I'm gonna help Papa fix everything. Frank rolled his eyes. I know you will, honey. All right. This means a great deal to me. After what seemed like just a few minutes, the convoy slowed down to a halt. Serge rolled down the limousine's soundproof partition. We're here, sir. Hope you enjoyed the drive. Much appreciated. How are you today, Serge? I am as good as I can be, but today is your day, sir. I'm glad you are in charge now. You know, my entire family voted for you. Let's see. I won't let your family down, Serge. I don't doubt that, sir. You are the one who sparked a glimmer of hope in us all. Serge opened the door for me. The normally imposing palace was festooned with garish banners and nearly made it look cheerful. A line of shiny luxury sedans stretched around it. Politicians, bureaucrats, and celebrities, the creme de la creme of the Sordland elite, streamed inside the building. Serge, good luck out there, Mr. President. I'll see you on the trip home. I stepped out and immediately found myself surrounded by loud voices and camera flashes. Hordes of eager journalists thrust their portable microphones in my way. My guards fended most of them off, but one woman managed to dodge them and corner me. I recognized the Sordland Broadcasting logo on her press lanyard. Mr. President! Mr. President! Do you plan on working together with the opposition parties on the expected constitutional reforms? Let's see. I don't know what to pick, but my dog does not like this question. Let's see. My administration will bring real change. Let's just say that, I guess. That's a good politician answer. Does that mean you don't plan on working together? Do you think you share no common ground with the other parties? We will do our job no matter what. One more question. One of your first acts as president was to veto a campaign finance law that would have deprived small parties of public funds while increasing those channeled to your own. Are we seeing the beginning of a more egalitarian administration? Yes, no political party deserves to be silenced. Yes. That's enough, ma'am, said one of the guards while nudging the reporter away from me. A path through the crowd was now open, and we quickly made our way to the entrance of the palace. At the same time, a dozen fireworks went off. Pew, pew, pew! Sorry. I like fireworks. The entrance was decorated with beautiful ribbons in Sordland's colors of white, yellow, and maroon. A lush maroon carpet had been rolled down the stairs. We entered the lobby and joined the throngs of people making their way toward the ballroom. Behind me, I heard a familiar voice. Petter says, "There they are, the most beautiful family in Sordland." Deanna, Uncle Petter! Frank, hi, Uncle Petter. It's great to see you. Petter says, "You two are growing faster than I am getting wiser." Let's see. Are you sure you've gotten any wiser? Oh, yes! I have to say that. I have to. Maybe not. After all, I'm sticking with you. Monica, happy to see a familiar face, Petter. Evelyn. Petter's wife, Evelyn, approached us and shook our hands with a firmness that belied her delicate features. Evelyn. Congratulations, Anton. I have to say, the results were clear to me from the beginning. All right, so let's see. Thank you. We both worked hard to make this happen. Evelyn, we know you did. You deserve the position. And tonight we reap the rewards, says Petter. All right, I hope you will show the same enthusiasm on the job. Yes, definitely. Let's do enthusiasm on the job. People are listening to this. We know that. Petter, of course I will. You know me. I work as hard as I play. He gave a short smile that looked halfway genuine. He seemed uncomfortable. Evelyn, Monica, how are you? You've barely said a word. Monica, I'm more than relieved to have this roller coaster ride over with. But of course now the real work begins. Evelyn, yes. Managing the help, planning parties, daily trips to the salon to look your best for foreign dignitaries. Monica, don't be so old-fashioned, Evelyn. I plan to use my power as First Lady to advance the position of women throughout Sordland. Equal rights for our sex are long overdue, wouldn't you say, Anton? Absolutely, and we'll work together to, achieve that. Yeah! Yes! Good job, Anton. Monica flashed me a smile. Deanna suddenly jumped in between us and tugged on my sleeve. Papa, can we go? I want to see the ballroom. Okay, we were having a conversation here, Deanna. She turned away in disappointment. That's important, because children need to know that they can't just... All right, Monica, that's all right. We need to go anyway. It's already time. Move to the ballroom. We left the lobby and made our way towards the ballroom. Inside, we were yet again surrounded by a noisy crowd, but this time it was the politicians who sought to appease the new authority in Sordland. I spent the next few hours shaking hands, joining various conversations, some serious, some superficial, and making speeches. We finally settled down at our dinner table with the Vecturns as the band started playing some slow jazz tunes. Peter. Or Petter. I assume it's Petter, not Peter. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Oof, that was tiring. I'm gonna say, what? You're already tired? Well, suddenly a loud banging noise echoed from outside the ballroom. Then another one. And another. The musician stopped playing. Everyone in the room was looking around in confusion. Petter and I turned towards each other, realization dawning in both of our faces. Petter. Fireworks? No, gunshots! As soon as Monica heard the word, she lunged from her seat. Shield Monica and the kids. I threw myself on Monica, Deanna, and Frank to shield them. Papa, what's happening? I knew it! I knew I shouldn't have gone! Chaos broke out as some guests flung themselves under the tables and others ran towards the door screaming. Deanna burst into tears while Frank tried to cover her, hiding the fear in his own eyes. 3 more gunshots rang out loudly. Carl Greaser. Mr. President, are you all right? Carl, head of the Swordfish police force, was running towards us with 3 more police officers in decorated uniforms. They all had their guns drawn. As soon as he made it to us and saw that we were unharmed, he let out a sigh of relief. Thank God. Status report. 1 second, Mr. President. He turned around quickly to his men. Check the perimeter, now. Paul, Jansen, follow my lead. We will bring them to the safe room. He now turned to Monica, Evelyn, and the children and spoke in a softer voice. Do not worry, the situation is under control. Please follow me. We promptly followed Carl through the winding halls and corridors of the palace. His men still had their guns drawn, which did nothing to ease the tension. On our way, Petter attempted to break the silence. What a fucking night. Shh, not now, Petter. Carl turned to us with a serious face as we were about to round the corner. Quiet, please. Sorry, I talk when I get nervous. Evelyn, Petter, shut up. Carl flipped a switch on the wall and a panel opened, revealing a hidden staircase leading to a large reinforced door. Inside, a set of emergency lights flickered on. The safe room was comfortable and spacious, with expensive-looking leather sofas. Small security monitors on the wall displayed grainy footage of each room in the palace. There was a boardroom and a pantry containing enough provisions to last us months. Monica and Evelyn sat the children down and started wiping their tears. Carl stepped away from us and made a few radio calls. When he was done, he returned to me and Petter. So what's the status? Carl's radio suddenly crackled to life. Every second felt like an eternity as he pressed his ear to the receiver. When it fell silent, he returned to us. Good news, we're not in any danger at the moment. The situation has been dealt with and the perimeter has been secured by the guards and police. He glanced towards Monica, Evelyn, and the kids. If I may, sir? He gestured toward a more private corner of the room and started speaking more quietly. This is what we know so far. We have confirmed that 2 people were gunned down in front of the palace. The gunman is one of them, and we are sure that he was lurking alone. The attacker fired 3 shots at an MP, 1 to the head, 2 to the body, instantly killing him. Presidential guards at the palace immediately shot and killed the attacker. The gunman has not been identified yet and will require an investigation. The MP that was killed was Bernard Circus. Let's see. Oh, that guy! Oh shit. Yeah, I remember him. Okay. Petter, this is huge, Anton. This will cause a lot of problems. A lot of problems. Petter pulled out 2 cigarettes and handed me one. He then turned to Evelyn. I could hear him trying to reassure her that everything was going to be all right. Monica was still trying to tend to Deanna and Frank and pace the room. As Frank paced the room, mumbling that he should have stayed home. Okay, we're gonna comfort the kids. I sat down beside my wife and children. We are safe. I'll make sure everything's going to be fine. Monica, we can't be sure of anything anymore, Anton. I lit my cigarette and took a deep drag. I was going to see this through and keep my family safe at all costs. I crushed the cigarette on the ashtray. Whew! Tense! Sordland today. Rayne shut down Richter. Wait, what? We will do our job no matter what? What? No, I didn't. I did not. Shit. I didn't say that. That's not what I meant. Oh, shit. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Okay. Okay. I'm panicking right now. I don't know what to do. Okay. Emergency meeting. Okay, security increased. Okay. Good, good, good. Okay, the mood in the Situation Room was gloomy. My cabinet members were gathered to discuss the shooting outside the palace. Lelis presented the initial report. Bernard Circus was shot to death at 9:03 p.m. in front of the palace gates. He was an elected independent member of the assembly and, as you know, a famous communist. She spat the last word out with some distaste. The guards at the scene were 50 meters away and immediately took action by responding and killing the assailant, who was identified as a member of the nationalist organization Young Swords. Great. The president and his family were unharmed, praise God. Okay. What were the motivations? Our investigators are suspecting a political assassination since the Young Swords have been threatening the communists for some time. Lucien, this sets a dangerous atmosphere where the left versus right political violence of the 1920s might spark once again. Petter, a return to those days would be devastating. The coups are the reason why our country stagnated for a decade. Nia Morgna, the Minister of Justice, sighed. Naya. Maybe it's Naya. The Red Youth has condemned the killing, but didn't stop there. They promised revenge. This will in turn spark further aggression from the Young Swords. The whole cycle started because Bernard Circus expressed his views. We can't simply look away. No, we can't. Naya had always been one of the only members of the Justice Ministry truly deserving of the name. She had survived countless attacks on her character while fighting corruption within the ministry, and rising to power had only compounded her sense of moral duty. Freedom of expression is part of our Constitution. We can't have anyone, let alone an MP, shot for voicing different opinions. I fully agree. Okay. Naya, our laws do, and for good reason. Silencing voices only results in fear and stagnation inside society. We had that before, and we know very well how it was. Lelis, I hear your concerns. Our police do the best to uphold the rights of our citizens. We will prevent such an act from happening again by making sure our security measures are reevaluated. Minister of Defense Losif Lancia grunted in approval. He towered over the rest of us in a full military uniform, his many war medals conspicuously on display. Agreed, ma'am. Our... what? Gendarmerie? I don't know what that word means either! Oh no! There's so many words in this game that I'm confused on! And I feel very stupid. I've never heard this name before, or this word before, excuse me.
Gendarmerie.
Gendarmerie, okay. Will also help boost security in the rural areas where possible. There might be more to come. Huh, okay. It's a force of gendarmes. What? What? Okay. Military force with law enforcement duties among the civilian population. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's French, apparently, which makes sense why it's said weirdly. Okay. We should refrain from making the issue a political one from the start. It'll only add fuel to the fire, says our friend Lucien. It is political, though. You're right, we need to calm the situation. It's early, but will we attend the funeral? It is political. Let's ask about the funeral. Lucien, in my opinion, we should. The nuance here is detach the person from the violent act. Losif, how can that be achieved when it's Bernard Circus we're talking about? He is the communist of Sordland. Lucien, it is difficult, but an elected official has been shot. This is unacceptable for our new administration. We need to make sure we show our stance by condemning it at the funeral. I agree. Several police cars rushed past the Maroon Palace, and everyone went silent. Lelis, regardless, a full investigation on all involved parties is underway. We will find the subversives and punish them soon enough, Mr. President. Petter, I will do my best to help coordinate the administrative tasks. Naya, justice will be served and the rule of law will return to this country stronger than ever. Losif, only if we stay vigilant as a country. We must think about the upcoming budget. Okay, it's too soon to jump to conclusion. Reckless acts have dire consequences. I agree, internal stability must be maintained. We should not lose sight of our real political goals. I'm going to say reckless acts. Reckless acts lead to dire consequences. Lucien agreed. We need to be patient until we have a full picture. Lucien took some notes after checking the latest newspapers and reports. It seems that the tension between the communists and nationalists will escalate further. Of course it will. Naya, it will be very difficult to pass any meaningful change if there's chaos in the country. We can't pass any constitutional reforms in such an atmosphere. We can't fix the recession if there isn't stability. And we will make it through this and deliver our promises. I'm going to be positive. Petter, hell yes, President Rayne. Yeah. This will be it for today then. We will convene again soon. Thank you all and keep us updated. The meeting concluded and the ministers left the room with concerned looks. It was hard to anticipate what would happen next. Wow, that threw me for a loop. I'm not gonna lie. That threw me for a loop. I did not expect that. But I will say, now that I know that there's like this right-wing nationalist party, Young Swords, which I'm assuming is, you know, like younger people, and maybe has something to do with the Young Turks. Maybe that's why they named it that. That gives me a little bit of an idea of what we're dealing with here. And now I'm getting a little nervous. Oh, they do investigations into the Swordish deep state. Yeah, I got some thoughts here. Okay, let's check this real quick. Oh, the Lackhaven Times. Murder at the palace. Oh, God. Yeah, I think we should all condemn this sort of violence. Oh, this is crazy. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching me play Suzerain. If you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to all the YouTube things. If you'd like to check out more of my videos, there should be 2 on the screen there over on the right side. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click on that picture of my big dumb face on the left. Click that, click on the bell icon if you'd like to be notified every time I post a brand new video. And those people right there in the middle, those are my patrons over on Patreon. Those are the people who really make this channel what it is, and I would appreciate if you guys would drop them a follow over on Twitter. Those are all their Twitter handles, or maybe if you would just say thank you to them, because that's the only reason I can really have this channel is because of these fantastic people. So thank you so much to that. If you're interested in learning more about the Patreon yourself and getting your own exclusive content, like my entire playthrough of Skyrim, you can go ahead and check that out. It is in the lower left-hand corner in that box. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys, but I will see you in the next one.